What is up, guys? It's Brother Pyro here with another episode of Wrestling Crossroads. And joining me today, seeing as Twisted is out of town, I have Desario.
What is up, everybody?
So today we are going to be breaking down Survivor Series WarGames.
Oh, WarGames is a great match, but I do have to say, I miss the 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 elimination matches. That's just me. I'm a little bit old school when it comes to that stuff.
Oh, trust me, I said the same thing. I wish we would have had that, but I'm 100% happy with the show we got tonight. Well, 90% happy with the show we got tonight.
I was about to say 90%. We're going to get into that 10% that was a little bit off, a little bit later on.
But alright, let's jump right into the show. Opening us up was Women's WarGames. Your teams consisted of Damage Control, which are Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai, teaming with Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross to take on the team of Bianca Belair, your Raw Women's Champion, Asuka, Michin, Alexa Bliss, and if you missed out on SmackDown yesterday, announcing their fifth member, who kicked ass today, we got the return of the man, Becky Lynch.
Ah, the man.
I was 100% surprised to see Bianca start this match off for her team. I'm not going to lie to you.
I am 100% on that one. I understand why they did it, especially when it comes to the pacing of the match. But, yeah, the captain usually doesn't go first.
But I did state that you want your probably your biggest stamina-inducing people to start that match, just because you do have forever and a day before the match officially starts, and even then, going forward as the match continues, it's going to be rough.
Oh, agreed. And going up against Bianca, you have Dakota Kai taking on her in the opening bout. And I can't think of a better person to put up against Bianca, just because Dakota has so much stamina. She can work with anybody. She is basically the Shawn Michaels of the women's division.
She kind of showed that with the attire she wore today, too. Not gonna lie, those chaps definitely Michaels-esque. But no, Dakota's an absolute stud, and I definitely see great things in her future. But let's talk about the order in which things broke down, because you had Team Damage Control with the man advantage.
Yes, they did, and they did a very good job with kind of pacing everything through there. Number 2 out on the list, with them having their advantage, you have Io Sky, who has been in every single, well, maybe not every single, but damn near every single.
They said this was her 4th Women's WarGames, I want to say.
Dakota was 4 women's.
Oh, that's who it was. That's who it was. This is definitely she's definitely experienced, though, and I want to point out that all the WarGames experience was in favor of Team Damage Control.
Oh, 100% on that one. And putting Io in there at that point in time was perfect. You got the tag team women's champions basically going to town on everything.
All right. All right, so moving on, who did we get next here, dude?
Oh, we had Asuka, but before we get into Asuka, we do have to discuss a little bit of the botch that happened.
Oh my god.
A little bit of the botch.
Everybody noticed the botch. I think she got caught in the turnbuckle, or maybe like part of the cage or something.
Who knows what happened, but Io goes for the double knee, gets caught up, can't really connect, and even the crowd is kind of going, what the heck? I mean...
Oh yeah, no, that was definitely a what the hell just happened moment. I will not lie, the rest of the world is going to have a field day with that small very small detail in what overall was a fantastic match.
Oh, I agree. It was a great match, but even at that early point, it kind of was like, what? But anyways.
I mean, accidents happen. Whatever. We'll let the rest of the wrestling community discuss that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, making their way out for Team Damage Control.
Team Bianca
I'm sorry.
Team Bianca was Asuka, who you could tell she was ready for this type of environment.
Oh, it seemed like she was foaming at the mouth to get in there and just get her hands on anybody and everybody that she could.
Oh, absolutely. She just jumped right in. Even before the match, you can tell she wanted it.
I feel like she really wanted to be the one to start the match, but who are you to argue with your team captain?
Agreed. And she jumped in, did a lot of things, hip tosses, hip checks, you name it.
She was a one-man wrecking ball in there.
But next is probably the my personal favorite in the whole match. For Team Damage Control, Nikki Cross.
Oh, I was so happy she got in there when she did. Because I personally love that they dropped the ASH character, which did find her a ton of success. But this is the Nikki we've all grown to know, love, expect, want.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100% agree. I mean, you're bringing Sanity Nikki back in where she's just throwing in weapons, whether it be kendo sticks, garbage can lids.
I think we saw a few chairs.
Yeah, maybe a couple of chairs. And then
we're going to beat people with my leather jacket because I can.
And just sitting on top of the cage because, you know what, I just want to see what happens. That is the perfect Nikki.
The fact that she really sat up there and just hung out and chilled was hilarious to me. Because I'm thinking, oh, big spot. Never mind.
Yeah, she's just like, hey guys, I just want to see what the hell happens.
Hello. I love Corey Graves' comment later on in the match. I don't think she truly understands what's actually the point of the match. I think she's just there to be there. And this match definitely suits her style. So whatever. It worked.
100%. Next out after Nikki was Alexa Bliss, who was there.
I feel like that comment can be saved for another competitor. Because Alexa did struggle to find her footing in the match at first. But as the match went on, you can tell she became more of a presence.
Oh, true. And, after Alexa came in, there was an actual really good spot where kendo sticks are being traded back and forth. One got tossed to Bianca. Looking at Nikki, Bianca breaks it right over her knee, and then Nikki just laughs.
I want to know what that really meant for Bianca, because that looked uncomfortable.
It did look uncomfortable, but Nikki looking at it and laughing, you can take it a couple of different ways.
Nikki Cross is amazing!
Yeah, you can take it a couple of different ways on that whole thing. But going from that, you got Nikki sitting up top the cage right before the next person comes in, and then does the crossbody on everybody.
Took out everybody, and you know what? I love Michael Cole. Oh, she took out her own team! Yeah, well, casualty of WarGames. My guy, casualty of WarGames. I love that our commentary team all night was Michael Cole and Corey Graves, because they have such a great dynamic.
They do. They do. And it's very refreshing to hear a commentary team basically be consistent through the whole pay-per-view.
Oh, my goodness. That is something I have felt lacked for so long. And in other promotions, but we're not here to do all that.
Oh, I know. I understand. Next up, fourth up, we have Bayley. Bayley coming out! And I was actually a little surprised by this. I thought she was going to be the last person out, but no, she decided to come out second to last.
Yeah. That one definitely surprised me. I honestly She's the one I expected to start the match, to be honest. Seeing as, we got Bianca starting the match, I figured, oh, she's gonna do the same thing. I guess not.
No, it was kind of refreshing to kind of see that. Because Bailey always, right now, with her persona, the opportunist. You want to stay in the background, kind of hang back, see what's going on, but kind of getting your hands dirty, sure, that's good. Shortly thereafter, you see Mia Yim coming up. Or, sorry.
Michin, Mia Yim, which is exactly how they announced her anyway. Michin, which apparently is Korean for crazy. Now that is a superstar that I don't think she really found her footing in this match, because the entire time I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot you were there. I think they could have pointed anybody else in that direction and put anybody else in that position, and it would have made a larger impact.
It probably could have, but at the same time, superstar, you want to try to introduce them, get a little bit over. She did have a good spot where she did her Karana with Dakota onto the trash cans at one point in time. So, I mean, they did try to do something with her at
I
that
think
point.
WarGames was the wrong spot to put her. Like, I know you wanted to, try to build her up, give her some steam, and bring some momentum behind, reintroducing her to the WWE Universe. Definitely was not the time or place, though.
Yeah, it's a good possibility. I'm thinking that. I don't know. I'm personally a big fan of Mia Yim, but yeah, she didn't really get a chance to showcase a lot of her talents. Coming in next, you have Rhea Ripley.
So, for those keeping track at home, we have officially gotten all 5 members of Damage Control.
Damn right. And who to end Damage Control on that one with Rhea? I mean, she's a fucking badass. Let's just be.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, she's just going to come in, kill everybody, and stand tall and just laugh at everybody's face.
She's definitely somebody you want on your team. Make a friend out of her instead of an enemy, because I personally, I know I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a Rhea Ripley ass whooping.
Nope. Definitely not for me either.
All right, so then bringing out the final member of Team Bianca, getting probably the biggest pop in this match.
Oh, 100%.
Releasing Becky from that cage to bring her into the match was absolutely explosive.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Becky, crowd was waiting for her. The crowd wanted to respond, especially with her going back to the man gimmick. They wanted to sit there and support Becky 100%, and she delivered.
Oh, absolutely. But then again, it's hard to say that Becky Lynch doesn't deliver. I do love the nod to the rivalry from back in NXT, Becky Bailey, giving us just that little, like, and then they're acknowledging that, that past, that history. Beautiful touch.
Oh, 100%.
I think it helped further along everything about this story.
Oh, yeah. And even after WarGames officially started, you have Asuka throwing the mist out there onto Rhea, taking her out of the match for a good portion of the match. That was pretty freaking awesome. Yeah. You also have, the handcuff spot with
Nikki really tried to handcuff former friend Alexa to the cage, and Alexa said, no, we're just going to stay handcuffed together.
Yeah. I mean, good storyline right there. Calls back to the past.
I definitely want to see what happens between them two in the future, because I think you can build something there.
I think you can as well, but we all know WWE storytelling, unless you're challenging for a championship, your storyline is basically nil.
I can't necessarily say all of that anymore, because with the Triple H regime, I think he's done a really good job of continuing storylines with or without a title involved.
We'll see what happens with that. But going into the end of the match, we had a lot of great things. You had, the trash can spot. You have Becky going to the top rope, table, Io, Sky.
Yep, Io and Dakota.
Yep, thank you.
Set up on the. I saw the brain kind of go blank for a minute there, my guy. I got you.
It went there. Going up to the top rope, delivering the leg drop. 1, 2, 3.
Team Bianca stands tall.
Exactly.
Congratulations to all 5 of them women for the win. Hats off to all 10 of them for delivering such a great match.
Yep.
Next year, I hope that they hit this level again. If not, continue to raise the bar.
Oh, it was a great match. I can't think of a better women's WarGame match than that one. And all the NXT ones were good.
Oh, yeah. So, moving on to our next match, Desario, why don't you take us into it?
Well, we have, right beforehand, a little bit of a promo between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. And Jey kind of telling Roman about what happened on SmackDown. Oh, Sammy was talking with Kevin Owens. Oh, Kevin Owens is saying you should try to turn on the Bloodline before the Bloodline turns on you. You need to talk to him. I don't trust this man. Okay. I'll talk to him. I'll look him in the eyes, and I'll get the truth. Fair enough.
And then that segment leads into our next match, which was
AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Only the second time these two have faced one-on-one on WWE television.
Did you have to be so extra about it?
I had to, because I love these two guys.
Oh, no, these guys, I don't think these guys, especially when working together, are truly capable of putting on bad matches.
Mm-mm.
And with how much of a workhorse each one of these guys are for the company and how much time they have invested into their respective careers, just all the respect in the world to them.
100%. And they did acknowledge on WWE TV their past, not necessarily saying New Japan.
Oh, they referenced a lot of their Japanese days, and they name-dropped Bullet Club.
They did.
The acknowledgement to Bullet Club tells you everything you need to know about current WWE management. Because, again, I hate being the guy to take the shot at Vince, but Vince's mentality was, if it didn't happen under my watch, it didn't exist.
100%. The only time that he ever acknowledged that was Ric Flair with the big gold belt. But that's a different story. Anyways, AJ, Finn, great match. Once again, I mean, it is a little bit of a continuation of what they had a few years ago. You just throw a couple of guys in the ring, know how to work, know how to tell a story.
Well, I want to point out, last year was definitely just, hey, we're going to throw you guys together because the original plan kind of get thrown out the window. This one actually was able to tell us the story of what they needed it to do because they are locked in a storyline together.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you had a great little storytelling going on, and you had, Gallows and Anderson, you had Dominic and Priest in the outside. At one point, Dominic is trying to trip AJ.
Doesn't try. He successfully got him.
I'm being generous on that one.
He successfully got the trip up as referee did not catch it.
And then you have your, I have to do this because I love my New Japan, NJWPG champion.
IWGP.
Yeah, thank you. Carl Anderson tripping Dominic. Thank you.
Taking him out.
Knocking him out, throwing him out, and then, Gallows come through, beating
Uh,
him up, and then AJ throwing Dominic over the barricade. Get rid of all the outside interference, so that way it's just a
It is
one-on-one at that point.
they truly turned it into a one-on-one match. I love that Priest and Dominic had their small glimpses of, storytelling, because they have played a big part in what this story has become. Same with Gallows and Anderson. But to see them, not take up too much time and presence when it came to this match, I think it was overall well done.
Mm-hmm. I agree. One thing that you and I both noticed during this match was the amount of mat burn or just
Oh my
rub.
god, these guys were red everywhere. Back, chest, arms. You pointed out one that I didn't see, and that was AJ's neck.
Yeah. They were
Whew.
they were killing each other out
Talk
there.
about truly leaving it in the ring, my dude.
Oh, I agree. And then the ending, AJ jumping up, hitting the phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3.
AJ Styles walks out of Survivor Series WarGames. Your victor. I kind of want to see what happens next, but part of me is also really hoping that the Styles Balor feud is kind of, this one and done thing.
Oh, I agree. I think this needs to die at this point in time because we've been going on with this since what,
Mania.
WrestleMania?
Mania.
Yeah. So, moving on to
What was a match for the sake of having a match at this point? Because that's really what this was. Ronda Rousey defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Shotzi. This was not great. I'm going to be 100% honest. Normally, I'm very much, I can pinpoint a lot of good. This was a sake of what I feel was both women phoning it in, not really caring about what was going on, because this I have seen Ronda matches, I have seen Shotzi matches, and I know they are capable of so much more.
This was not a good match in any way, shape, or form. My wife had the best example of it. She went out, came back, and was like, "Oh, the match is over."
I was going to say, and she was only gone for like 10-15 minutes at best. She was not gone very long. She was like, "Oh, is it done?" Yeah, it is. Thank God.
The high spot of the match is Shotzi doing a crossbody onto Ronda in the crowd onto a couple of plants. Other than that,
For the wrestling fans that don't necessarily know what he means, we had 3 guys sitting front row that were able to kind of be part of the show, I guess.
yeah.
I love Corey Graves' comment when it came to that. How much extra did they have to pay for that one?
I agreed on that one, but it was a match. The way I'm looking at it is, it's like the movie Morbius. It's a movie. It had effects.
I'm going to tell you right now, I still haven't watched it.
Well, good for you. Don't do it.
I mean, eventually I'm going to have to continue, but circling back to the conversation we need to be having, guy. Picking up the win to nobody's surprise, Ronda Rousey retains her championship. I personally think this is also just a victim of not having any other solidified women on the SmackDown side of the roster.
True that.
So I want to know, what do you think is next for Ronda?
With Ronda, the only thing I can think of right now is her feuding with Shayna. They gotta do something, because there's no credible person to go against her on the SmackDown side. Maybe Raquel,
but they just took her out with injury. She's going to be out for a little while now.
Yeah, she's going to be out for a little while. There's nobody else credible on that side. I mean, they introduced Becky on Friday, so maybe Becky, but I think they're saving that for WrestleMania.
I was going to say, maybe then we can get that Becky-Ronda match that we've wanted for the last 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
That we were wrongfully robbed of.
They're saving that for WrestleMania. I already know that. They're saving that.
But all right, let's jump into the next match on our card, which was
Austin Theory. You got my favorite guy, Seth Rollins. Oh, and Bobby Lashley.
triple threat match for the U.S. title. And honestly, this match was a banger, my dude.
It was a really good match. I wasn't expecting too much of it. I was expecting it to go one way, but it delivered in so many different spots.
Oh, the swerve that they gave us at any given point, you thought anybody had this match.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, you see it at the beginning of the match where both Rollins and Lashley clothesline Theory out, but like, get the hell out of here,
See,
kid.
and my thing was, I talked about it on the pre-show, hey, they're going to eliminate Theory, forget he exists, Theory comes in and just capitalizes on a moment to regain the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm. And I see where you were going with that. And then continuing on with the match, Lashley is kind of asserting his dominance. At one point, hits a pretty impressive flatline DDT at the same time on Theory and Rollins, which, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Bobby Lashley.
Now, here's really what threw me off. Fast forward just a few moments later. I'm thinking, Rollins is getting, his moment. He's going to keep his title. Setting up Theory for the stomp. Lashley pulls him out of the way last second. Personally, if I was Lashley, I would have let Rollins do it. Got rid of Rollins. There I go. I am now champion.
Oh, I agree. And it sets up a very great last series of moves that are going on. Because then you get the Hurt Lock that's going on there. And then...
Well, which one? Because there was like 3 of them.
Okay.
Because you had the Hurt Lock, which then Theory came in and was like, I'm going to put you in a sleeper, so either you have to relinquish the hold or we're just going to keep going at this.
Well, and then shortly thereafter is what I now like to call A-Town Down Rollins.
A-Town Rollins!
A-Town Rollins. A-Town down, Rollins comes through, knock it out. Okay, great. A lot of false finishes. This match had a lot of good things going for it.
But the train of Hurt Locks?
Yeah.
Or the double Hurt Lock. That's what it was.
Double Hurt Lock.
I'm surprised he was able to, get it locked in on both of them at the exact same time, because Theory is no small dude, and you can tell, you only have so much range of mobility. So, again, to have both of them, 1, 2, I got it, both of you at the exact same time was great.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But to end it with the way that they did, with, Theory just kind of hanging on the outside, but then superplex. As they're coming down, Lashley spears Rollins. Theory comes down on Rollins. 1, 2, 3.
Literally speared Rollins into the pin for Theory, giving him his now second title reign. And his second title reign holding that U.S. championship. Lashley, is beating himself up about that in the locker room right now. Honestly, he's just like, I screwed myself.
Yeah.
Personally, what he should have done was let the fucking arrow hit again. Take out Rollins as soon as the big move is delivered. Pin Theory, there's your new champion, and way to go, buddy. You played yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with that, but you know what? The sequence and how everything went down.
You weren't too thrilled about the outcome because your guy didn't get the job done. That was your thing. You were just mad that your guy didn't get the job done. You are not actually mad at how it finished because it finished so beautiful.
The finish was beautiful, but Seth should have been the man.
Nah, I'm really happy that it was Theory, me being in the minority, myself and Flash. Only 2 to pick freaking Theory We called it. I'm so happy. I want to point out that at this point, I am 100% on my calling of every match.
Fair enough. Now, one thing I should bring up before we bring up the main event is there was the confrontation
I was
between
just about to get into that, my dude.
Roman and Sammy, and Roman asking Sammy
Straight up, like, yo, what happened? Sammy's like, yeah, I talked to KO when I got there. He talked, I sat there, I listened, and then he left, and I left it alone. Roman definitely said he was going to get the truth out of Sammy, and that's exactly what happened. When asked about why, he quote unquote lied to Jay, his response, I think, was the smartest thing he could have said, and honestly, I think was the most genuine answer he could have given. He already had a lot on his plate. I didn't want to add more.
You can't argue with that logic on that one right there.
And once again, the embrace from your tribal chief. Now, post moment, we get to our main event of the evening, the men's WarGames match. Team Brute versus the Bloodline. Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, Drew McIntyre, and KO taking on Solo Sikoa, Honorary Sammi Zayn, Undisputed Tag Team Champions Jimmy and Jay Uso, and your undisputed WWE Universal Champion for well over 800 days, because at this point, who's knocking that man off his pedestal? Accompanied by Mr. Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns.
Not bad. You actually got through that pretty good this time.
Look, man, I was not the biggest fan of the Bloodline, but I said it after Mania. I will officially acknowledge them as probably one of the greatest things to happen in the WWE recently.
Fair enough. I would agree with that on that one, because they definitely are carrying a lot of storylines, and they're carrying a lot of the things that are going on in WWE right now.
Oh, yeah. They are what are selling tickets and putting asses in seats.
Agreed.
Because whether you hate them or you love them, you're showing up. You're tuning in to see them and what happens next. People are like, oh, what's going to happen with Sammy? He should be kicked out. He's not actually an Uso. Oh, who's finally going to take the titles off of them? Oh, what? Like, I love this. I want them to continue their dominance. Whatever your reasoning, you're paying to see the Bloodline, and you cannot argue with me on that one.
I can't argue, especially in WWE right now. But starting off with WarGames, we have Jay being tossed out there first against Butch.
See, I don't think he was tossed out there, though. I think that they established that specific strategy for Jay to start the match. On the side of the Bloodline, Butch starting with, for Team Brute. I wonder what that strategy meeting, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that team meeting, because all 5 of them guys were just like, I want to do it. I want to beat somebody. I want to put my hands on people.
I think once again, I even told you this when it happened. Butch was the best guy to put out there, because he's going to be the guy who's going to be the workhorse. He's going to sit there and just do damage. I mean, once again, he's doing the joint manipulation.
Okay, that joint manipulation for that first 5 minutes, and I think out of that 5 minutes, we spent like 15 seconds of them just talking smack back and forth. Well, Jay running his mouth. About 3.5-ish minutes of actual action, joint manipulation, and then the rest of the time was back and forth. But Jay, how's that hand feeling, my boy? Because them fingers were taking a lot of punishment. Are you in one piece?
Well, it took a lot more damage during the second round, because that's when Ridge Holland came out, and Ridge and Butch basically beat the living hell, and Butch was still...
Joint manipulation, part 2.
You saw blood.
Oh, yeah.
You saw blood.
I love your reaction to that because even you said this is kind of questionable to have Red be the guy out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the announcers, I pointed out, his rugby background helps him have the stamina he needs to, be in this early in the match.
Yep.
It works for him. It works for the team. This is what they needed for the best possible outcome.
I agree. And then the second guy out over on the bloodline, tribal chief said, Sammy, you're out. Go.
The fact that Jimmy was about ready to go in and, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna protect my brother. I'm gonna fight by his side. And Roman, even from inside a shark cage, sitting on his little folded chair. I want to point out that I found that absolutely hilarious. My man had a whole chair just there in a shark cage for him. You do realize you're sharing this space with 3 other big ass people, right? Just saying.
Yeah.
But him still being able to call those shots from a position where he's just like, this is where I'm at, was great. And I personally think it was what was best because think about how the bloodline has been working out lately. They have, it's been it's been Jay and Sammy at odds.
Yep, make them work together.
I was going to say, make them work together. What better way to make that happen than you're going to be the second one out? In there, it's just you two for the next 3 minutes. It's going to be just you two for the next 6 minutes. Make it happen.
Yep. And then third guy coming out for Team Roots or Team Sheamus, however you want to call it, is the grown-ass man, Drew McIntyre.
Thank you, Mark Henry, for that. Because that's all we've heard for the last, week or so on Busted Open. And now we cannot. Drew McIntyre is a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man. Mark, bro, I love you, but sometimes what the hell do you be saying?
Well, he is a grown-ass man. I mean...
And he got in there and did some grown-ass man shit.
Damn right he did. Coming out for Bloodline after that was Jimmy. Jimmy wanted to come and save his brother at that point, and didn't really work out too well at that point, but he did bring in 3 tables.
I mean, the 3 tables eventually helped, I guess. They played their part.
They played their part. At that point.
I was like, can we fast forward through, that 6-man slaughter fest, because that's really what that was, is 6 grown-ass men beating each other up.
A little bit surprising next was Kevin Owens coming out on Team Sheamus.
I figured KO was going to be the last one, because, you want the biggest pop on your last guy, and who was going to get that pop? Who was going to get a bigger pop than KO?
I agree with you on that one, but it's going back to what you and I kind of talked about with the women's match. Why would you put your captain out right away?
At that point, he wasn't out. Sheamus wouldn't have been out right away. And again, I figured Sheamus was going to want to, beat the hell out of somebody and start the match.
Did have a good moment at one point in time during that match with Kevin and Sammy just kind of staring each other down, looking at each other like, what do we do here?
Oh, the hesitation you saw in Sammy's face to really do anything, you can tell Kevin started planting those seeds of doubt in him. But again, he knew what he had to do, and at that moment, he was on the side of the bloodline, and he promised and assured Roman, I'm not going to let you down. So what did he do? He put hands to his ex-best friend.
Fair enough. Next one out, Solo, the Enforcer.
I want to point out that at this point, with the exception of Owens, I had called the entrances to this match perfectly.
You did 100% on
that one. So upset.
You called it 100%. Although we all knew that the last guy coming out is going to be Roman.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, you called it 100% on that one. And Solo coming out, he did some damage. He came out, Uranagi.
He came out just human wrecking ball or as Corey Graves pointed it out, he was like you threw a Ferrari engine in a certain Samoan bulldozer, R.I.P. Uncle Umaga. Because that's exactly what that man is. He is Umaga if you shrunk him down.
Yeah.
Because he's not as big, but he is just as hard hitting, he is just as quick, and he is just as impactful.
So you're saying he's mini Umaga?
You know what? He better take that as a compliment, because Umaga was a badass. And I 100% miss that man in a ring. Can you imagine what the bloodline would be like right now if that man was still alive?
Right.
Like, just picture what dominance that would be.
So we should get Armando Estrada back into
At
this point?
At that point, you wouldn't need Armando. You got the rest of the family and Paul Heyman. What do you need Armando for? Armando is the only thing you could exclude. But that Samoan bloodline, that dynasty that would have been, it would have set up even more success than they already have, and at this point, they're sitting atop the mountain. I think at that point, you wouldn't be sitting on top of the mountain, you'd be the mountain.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. But going on, next up, you have Sheamus coming in. Sheamus, he's a man, he loves to fight.
He's also Irish, so it makes a lot of sense. Let me know the last time you've met a non-aggressive Irishman. Or woman, for that matter.
I was about to say, I'm married to one.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to say it.
But yeah, when was the last time you saw an inaggressive Irish man or woman? Like, it doesn't happen. They don't exist.
They generally don't exist. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And he went out there as a ball of fire. Went out there killing people. But
I think my favorite moment upon the entrance of Sheamus was shortly after the entrance of Roman. The 50 beats of the ballad drum.
Yep, I was about to bring that up. So Roman comes out, and all of a sudden, every single member of the bloodline
is locked into the ropes.
And you get the beast.
You get all of them just getting their chest cave in. Oh my god. I love that Corey Graves is the one that coined the phrase 50 beats of the ballad drum?
Yep.
And you heard the question mark come out of this man's mouth.
Oh, you did. And one thing I noticed also, and I know you noticed it as well, Drew stopped after a minute, saw what was going on, and then after everybody was stopped, he came back and beat somebody else.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely love that. I love the order in which it stopped, though. Because you had Drew stop pounding Sammy's chest in, which then led to Owens and Solo breaking that moment up, but continuing their battles on respective sides of the ring. Followed by Budge and Ridge ending, and Sheamus is like, I'm not done yet!
Yeah, Ridge was just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
Oh my god, it was great. I love Sheamus. And the resurgence of this man's career has been everything we've needed.
Agreed. I mean, Sheamus, can we just get him his old theme song back?
Oh my god, that'd be great. But alright, I'm going to fast forward here just a little bit. We're going to talk closing moments.
Please don't.
Oh, I'm talking closing moments because you saw Solo get Roman out of the way of a bro kick. He ate the fucking bullet.
Yeah,
he ate that bullet for him.
He did.
You saw the friendly fire casualty of WarGames. Jay setting up to super kick Butch. Butch ducks it, catches Sammi Zayn, and is completely unapologetic about it. Jimmy even looks at him and is like, bro, what is your problem? What is your problem? He's on our team. We need him. Jay's like, man,
I don't care.
I don't care. Walk away. They go off to do their own thing. Ridge eats a double super kick after, I think it was a superplex, to get speared through a table. Owens and Roman had their beautiful segment of Owens is looking at Roman. I want another shot at this title, and damn it, I'm gonna get it. Attempted spear gets, stopped. Attempted stunner. You got to see the pop a powerbomb for the first time in a long time.
Yep.
Oh, I wish that move would make more of a regular rotation in the arsenal that is Kevin Owens. Again, you saw a moment of Sammi Zayn and Kevin Owens after Zayn saved Roman from getting pinned. Because, honestly, what better way to put your name on next in line than pinning the head guy of the company in a WarGames match?
Yep.
Granted, I know it's team versus team, but that still cements you as, I'm next, my dude. It's me.
You're the guy at that point.
Sammy legitimately is just like koala hugging the ref's arm, like, no. You don't get to count to 3. The whole, he's like, no, this is my family. Owens is like, really? This is your family? No. They duke it out. What happens? Kevin Owens eventually becomes a sacrifice.
Yep.
The spear that leads to the haluva kick. Jay is just watching Sammy drag Owens around the ring almost as if to say, I'm sorry. Lays him out and is like, here it is. Lines him up on a silver freaking platter. The Uso splash, the 3 count, the bloodline remains atop the mountain and shows why they continue to dominate this company.
Yeah, I understand why they did the ending the way they did. I don't agree with it. It's time to try to switch things up because you can't have one faction dominate a company or brand for a prolonged period of time. Case in point, WCW and WO.
I was going to say, where are we getting at? Okay, also you got to remember one thing about the NWO. They had a lot more creative control. They basically were able to call their own shots.
And what's not really happening here? Usos, undisputed champions. Roman, undisputed champion. Yeah, Sammy's not really calling his shots, but,
Solo
Heyman has
Solo isn't really calling any shots.
Paul Heyman.
They're just there. They're background fodder.
Heyman has a lot of creative input when it comes to stuff. You need to switch things up.
Okay, well, Heyman also has earned the right to have that creative control.
Oh, I agree.
And even then, do you really think these guys wouldn't be favored? Look at their lineage. Look at what they've done in the past not tied to Heyman. Do you really think they wouldn't be in this position with or without Paul Heyman? I don't think it would have lasted this long of a stretch. It would have
lasted this long.
But do you really think it wouldn't have happened?
It might have happened, but
Kevin, you just helped me prove my point.
Might have happened.
No, it still would have happened. It still would have happened.
Anyways, this was Survivor Series recap. If we keep going on...
I was going to say, before we close this out, I need to talk about the final moments of the show.
Yes.
Not only did Zayn, prove his worth to the bloodline. I'm going to say it like this. Honorary Uso no more. Change the man's name. It's Sammy Uso now. It is Sammy freaking Uso now, and I'm not taking anything less. And not only did he continue to get the embrace from the head guy of the group, Roman Reigns, but finally, the guy that he's been at odds with most, acknowledges him, embraces him, accepts him into this group. And yes, I am talking Jey Uso. Finally put his pride aside and was like, all right, now I see why you're around. Let's continue. Make this work.
Well, let's go back on that. He acknowledged Sammy, but he doesn't acknowledge Roman. That could be an interesting storyline.
Jay was the first one to acknowledge Roman.
Well, no, he did just say not too long ago in an interview, I don't care what the tribal chief thinks.
Okay, yes, he did. He did have that moment. But I needed to talk about that closing moment before we closed out the show. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys all enjoyed the show. This has been Wrestling Crossroads. Any other closing remarks you want to point out, Desario?
At the time, not that I can think of, but always remember, have fun.
All right, guys. Have a great one.